Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of What the Hall. It's a new month, so we need to do the new ins. DJ, run the track. If you're new here, welcome to What the Hall. We talk about skincare predominantly. That is my bag. A little fragrance, a lot of different things, right? Sometimes we'll roll in some fashion, pop culture, and all that sort of stuff. Every month I do this series, which is the new ins for the month, where I go up and down these streets, pick up things for myself, sample things, and then I just like to come on here and report back to let you know what is worth your time. First, I hope you're doing great. I've been absent for a lot longer than I should have been. Should is kind of a loaded word. I finally, after all these years, got touched by the rhythm of the night, not the DeBarge song. That took me out for a very long period of time. I was feverish. I'm recording this after Black Friday, so to the Americans, of course, happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. At the end of October, before I got sick, I've been noticing there really hasn't been anything exciting. I finally clocked the new full assortment of the Christian Dior makeup. Again, the packaging is stunning. I always say that the designer brands, things that people can recognize or identify, are probably the best things to give, even if you don't know shades. These new peptide lip balms from Ole Henriksen, not Ole, Ula. I worked for the brand for a long time, met the man a few times. His energy is very infectious. He's very positive and very vibrant. For a long time, it's been a conversation of lip oils and lip glosses. And then recently, there's these tinted lip balms are really catching on due to the popularity of Road Beauty. This is supposed to be moisturizing and also enhance the quality of your lips long term. And then they come in the different shades. So they're definitely piggybacking off of what Road is doing. The one that really stood out to me is the one that was made in collaboration with Anine Bing. And if you don't know Anine Bing, she was a model at one point, then she started her fashion brand, and she's a big influencer, million plus followers. The first time I came across her online to what I'm seeing today, she still dresses the same, so she very much embodies that capsule dressing. Her brand, it reminds me of Wardrobe NYC. It's a lot more varied, where Wardrobe NYC has a very clear sort of aesthetic. From the copy and all the marketing that I've seen, it looks like a beautiful shade that would complement lots of different skin tones. It's got a little bit of shimmer. It's a strawberry fragrance. At Shoppers Drug Mart, I just clocked some of the Nuxe gift sets. I didn't know that they had hair product. I'm really having a moment and I'm reacquainting myself with Nuxe, and I love their products. They have these huge advent calendars. We're already so late into the month. Is there a point in giving that to somebody? Not really, but if you are a beauty junkie, come Boxing Day, some of these things are going to be heavily discounted once they're no longer relevant. The next thing that I want to speak about, L'Occitane, I think, has the best assortment of Christmas. Best. Every year it's a different theme, and this year's theme, it's very much Edwardian, Belle Epoque. We're just learning about steam and train travel, trunks. Lots of things are happening. This is probably one of the best Christmas visuals that they've had since they did Castle Bajac. That was really cool, but this year they really nailed it. They have 3 fragrances in Canada: Kambawa, which is Kefir Lime, Citron, Luminciana, and Kumquat. L'Occitane's biggest market outside of France is Japan, and so they have a 4th fragrance for their market specifically. I don't know if it's in other parts of Asia. Kumquat is my favorite fragrance, but unfortunately in Canada, we only have the hand cream in that scent, whereas again in other markets, there's a wealth of products in that fragrance. The Citron is my 2nd favorite. They've made the milk concentrate, that classic almond body cream that comes in the glass jar, in that really nice, clean lemon fragrance. It is so beautiful. I love it. I think if you're looking for like an easy gift, low effort, crowd pleasing, I don't think you could go wrong with any number of things at L'Occitane for Christmas. That Kambawa one just was a little off for me. It really wasn't speaking to me. There are some things that I picked up, and so we're going to begin with the Topicals. And get that sticker on there. At the time of this recording, it's only available through their DTC website. You can't get this on Sephora. And it's got all those ingredients that are across the Faded collection. So if you've used the serum, if you've used the body mist, the eye masks, and you've had good experience with those, absolutely get these bar soap. So again, it's a 2-pack. Each bar is 100 grams. Now, they are shea butter soap, so be mindful about how you're storing it, because they do get quite soft and they melt. So you want to be a little precious about how you're using using it and how you're storing it. Fragrance wise, just clean, very neutral. If you like to wear perfume in the day, it's not going to be a problem. If you've ever been to a black beauty supply store, you'll find these sorts of evening and tone correcting bath and body products in those places and across the internet, right? You'll find those sort of Kojic soap, Arbutin soap, and without knowing the brand or knowing too much about who's formulating it, it's always a little risky. You know, it's Topicals. We love the brand, we trust the brand, so we know we're going to get a safe and effective product. Now that it is winter, this is the perfect time for this product, right? I do find it just slightly drying, whether that's on the body, whether that's on the face. I am willing to make that compromise and just use a richer cream for the body, use more oils on my face just to kind of balance it. It's just ticking all the boxes. You know, all of us black and brown people who have uneven skin and just want to make sure that things look more uniform, this is the product that we've been waiting for. The last thing that I wanted to speak on, it's this guy here. So this, I got a little deluxe sample of it. This is the Merit, what is it called? Yeah, Retrospect. This is a category of fragrance I've never seen before. They're calling it not an eau de parfum, but l'extrait de parfum. What is that brand and where the hell did it come from, right? Obviously the PRs are doing their job and, you know, they're passing off the products to the right people. When I saw that they were coming out with a fragrance, I was like, oh, it looks very cool. It kind of reminds me of the Bella Hadid fragrances or Bella. Unfortunately, those are still not available in Canada. You can order directly from her website and it's only shipping to the US as far as I can tell, or if you can get to an Ulta. But where her proposition is alcohol-free fragrances that are natural, etc., and these really cool sort of jewel-shaped containers. This is a very cool shape. It's actually a pear. Shout out to the pears. If it's not a brand that I'm familiar with or something that's completely new to me, I always go onto the Fragrantica website and refer to who is the nose, and it will tell you all the various fragrances that they've worked on. And so the woman who produced this one, I think she's called Fanny. She's produced scents with CDG, Costume National, Frederic Malle, and Frederic Malle is major. Anytime somebody's working with them, it's always a major name, Dries or Pierre Hardy. She's also worked with By Far. Who knew By Far even had fragrance? She's also part of the team, because it's a number of people who produced the most recent iteration of the Givenchy L'Onderdit fragrance, which I love. And so for those reasons, like, okay, I'll give this a go, right? This lady's CV looks pretty good. This is a little 2 ml vial. The opening doesn't align with my taste. The base notes are moss, musk, and vanilla, and all three of those things I resonate with, and so the dry down is the part of the fragrance that I enjoy. Obviously, I am not the customer for this. This is very gendered. It is a very feminine fragrance. I take two issues with this. One, this idea of l'extrait de parfum. I feel like they're kind of playing with the people, and I'm not here for it. And further to that, this fragrance is actually made in the US. Nothing wrong with US manufacturing, obviously, right? But when it comes to expensive fragrances, which this is, I want my fragrances to be produced in either France, North Africa, the GCC. There isn't like a long-standing culture of fragrance production in the US. So something about that just feels off, and it's part of the reason why I no longer buy Tom Ford. The fact that it said made in the US completely put me off of it. The lady who started this brand started the blog or the website Who What Where, and then subsequently started this brand and also Versed. These brands are not just these nebulous entities that exist on shelves and on counters, right? We're able to do some digging and look into people's past and some of their digital footprint, and the TikTok investigators are on it. They scare me. If you are a new brand, it's not just enough that you have a well-formulated and high-performance product. You have to load your brand's messaging with all sorts of ideas from the zeitgeist that like speak to people's values and their ethics, right? So are you inclusive? Are you environmentally conscious? If I was a consumer and I was looking for a foundation stick, right? I'm going to go onto the various websites and see what they rate in terms of the best foundation sticks. The Merit one may come up, but I would more likely buy the one from Bobbi Brown, knowing who Bobbi is and how the brand started at Barney's, or I'd buy the one from CDP. I'm still functioning with the programming that the more expensive a product is, the better it is. I don't know what would draw somebody to buy this outside of influencer marketing. I don't have this ambition, but if I was to create a brand, I may pivot away from adding that copy into my brand's marketing. At some point, you will have a misstep and you will do something that's antithetical to whatever values you impose on your brand. I wish brands would just shut the up and just give the people high quality products and just glossy advertising and call it a day. Ultimately, it's capitalism. Everyone loses. Even if you're at the tippy top, you still lose. So that's the end of my TED Talk. And that's the end of the newness for the month of November, which has now trickled into December. If you are brand new, if you made it this far, I would greatly appreciate it if you did subscribe. I don't foresee much on the horizon in terms of newness for the month of December. I might flag up 1 or 2 new things. What we're going to do to close out the year, the best new ins from the last 12 months. I think that would be a good way to round out the year. Thank you for listening. Thank me for speaking. And I will catch you in the next one. Adios.